In this video, I'll be sharing my experience purchasing a 2024 Honda CR-V LX. Actually, not LX, LX-B, because of all these supply chain issues, they had to leave off some features, mainly the rear radar sensors. So it's not an LX technically, it's an LX-B. I'll be sharing some tips and tricks about headrests and seats to make them fold down better, about air filter replacement, and about sort of a rust-proofing scam that some dealers seem to be running, as well as a few other impressions and opinions. So stay tuned. Okay, here's the first trick for your CR-V. You want to get the headrest off the front seat. Here's the button, except just using that, the headrest will not come off. You have to come in here. There's a little slot. You push your screwdriver in, and that will let you pull out the headrest. You can then put the seat down and put the back seat down, and you get a reasonably flat cargo space. The mystery button on the back gate, can we see it? Maybe not. Anyway, there's the switch for the gate open, but then to the right of it, there's another little button. Good luck finding that in the manual, though it is there. That is a door or car lock button. Probably not something I'll ever use, nor will you if you have the walk-away lock set up. Here's something that shocked me. When I was test driving, I never had a chance to test an LX, only the EX or the Sport. And it never occurred to me to ask if the LX had a true intermittent wiper, because I thought every car in the universe has had that for 20 years. But no, this doesn't. It has an intermittent setting, but it's not adjustable. It's simply a slow wiper. You got, yeah, I mean, oh no, sorry, that's the rear one. Anyway, you've got the main wiper here. You've got intermittent, low, high, but there's no speed control on the intermittent. Okay, sorry. So yeah, that's pretty shocking. What else? Oh yeah, one thing I'm worried about is getting into this car if the car battery ever dies. Now, of course, you've got the key here, which accepts the key from your key fob, the actual key. But as far as I can tell, it's not a mechanical lock. Okay, maybe Honda isn't quite as stupid as I thought. I did some more playing with the key, and true, the feel is very much like just an electrical switch. There doesn't seem to be any mechanical action happening. After a while, I did notice, okay, it's a very light, surprisingly light, something you can feel happening when you turn the key. So let's assume that one can still get into one's car even if the battery is dead. It's simply an electrical switch. I can turn it to the left and right to lock and unlock the car. And that's great if your key fob battery is shot. You can still get in and operate the car. But if the car battery is shot, I don't see how you're going to get in, because the switch here requires power to operate the locks, as far as I can tell. So, good thing they have roadside assistance, because I'll probably need it once the battery dies. Onto the windshield wipers. They are non-standard, to my understanding. The Honda dealer claims They are unique to Honda, so I don't know what extortionate amount they're going to charge for new wipers. If anyone knows third-party ones that will fit, let me know. The manual also suggests or instructs you to take it back to the dealer for any air filter changes, whether it's the engine air filter or the cabin air filter. Well, you can save yourself a lot of money by doing it yourself. From what I've seen on other videos, older CRVs, you had to undo some screws to get the air filter compartment open. This is the 2024, and you just have to undo a clip there and a clip on the other behind there, and then slide the cover this way. There's a couple of tabs in there holding it in, and you'll be able to get at, change that air filter yourself, clean out the container there. So that will save you some money, and my understanding is these are pretty much standard. Like in the old days, they used to be donuts. Now they're more cartridges. And ditto for the cabin air filter. You don't have to take it back to the dealer. You just open the glove compartment, remove this, push off this support arm, pull out the door. It might take a little bit of finessing. There are other videos on YouTube that show you how to do it. I think all cars are pretty much the same. And then behind there is a fairly standard air filter, cabin air filter cartridge. That will be a lot cheaper if you do it yourself than if you take it to the dealer. Getting back to the mysterious button on the tailgate, here's the manual page that I finally found. I had to know what it did before I could find the manual page for it. It's not on any pictures or diagrams or in the index to do with the tailgate. You have to know it's related to the locking system, and then you can look up locks, and there it is. So it's kind of amusing. The TPMS, I guess I was half expecting it to be part of the car, but I didn't really pay attention. It wasn't that important to me. Sure enough, it's only part of US models. I guess it's more of a regulation there than in Canada. The dealer, when I asked about it, came up with some crazy comment that it accomplishes TPMS or some sort of tire sensing via the ABS, the anti-lock brake system. And my mechanic said they didn't know about that, but they thought that some cars might do it through level sensing. So yeah, I can certainly see how the traction or anti-lock braking might serve as an indirect measure of low tire, much cruder than a TPMS, of course, and ditto a car leveling sensor. So if you know anything about this, put it in the comments, because it sounds kind of fishy. I've got to comment on the sorry state of Honda IT. Here's one example. Believe it or not, a CD comes with the car. All that's on it are a handful of PDFs with, as you can see, warranty information. Most of the PDFs, all but one, cover tire warranties, because there are different tires that come with different levels and options of the car. And then there's one PDF that is the warranty for the car itself. That's fine. A bit ridiculous in this day and age, but anyway, whatever. What's even more interesting or sad is that there are also some programs on the CD, one for Windows and two for Mac. I'll get to that. Those programs are just simple front ends to, list and display the PDFs. The Windows program I did not try. The Mac, there are two versions, because one is for Intel machines And the other is, believe it or not, for PPC, Power PC machines. If you know anything about Macs, PPC machines have not been made since 2008. So they're, 16 years out of date there. Um, the oldest Mac I have right now that I'm using is 2011 MacBook Pro, Intel. When I tried to run the Intel program on it, it popped up an error message saying that the program was out of date and something to that effect. Although fortunately it did run. Once I got past the error message, it still worked. Now keep in mind, this is an old MacBook with a Mac OS that is several years out of date now because the machine is no longer supported by OS upgrades, and it still didn't work. So unbelievable. I think I did try the PPC also, but I don't think I think that the OS I'm on there now no longer has the PPC emulator. Anyway, it didn't work. The Windows program, who knows? It may work, it may not. But it's just a little scary to see something so incompetent. It makes me worry a lot about the incredible amount of firmware that's in the car, running the car. I hope it's better quality. I did read an article or watch a video a few months ago where someone talked about somehow getting into the I guess the infotainment system of his 2021, I believe it was, Honda. And he claims it was still running a 2012 version of Linux. So another, secondhand example. I hope that's not true. That seems just too ridiculous to believe. Other problems, had to do with their websites. The Honda Canada website frequently had problems and little issues. Nothing I couldn't live with, or wait a day and it worked again. Honda also has a website called My Garage, which is for I can't remember for sure. I think it's for tracking your car payments and maybe service. I can't even remember. And of course, you log into it with a username and password. 98% of all sites work with the built-in password manager on the Mac. This one didn't, of course not. What else about IT? Well, the car itself, the UI for setting up the car and controlling its various features could certainly be better. I'm sure there's worse out there, but it's a bit it's pretty poor. Fortunately, it's a fairly simple car. Perhaps the higher end models put more features on the bigger screen and make it more usable. I don't know. Anyway, that's a look at Honda IT. Finally, a real shocker, Honda's so-called rustproofing. Or is it the dealer? Who knows? If you look on Honda's website at the options for the CRV, they have something called a protection package, I believe. It's $2,000 Canadian. And for that, you get a rubberized or vulcanized undercoating, which, by the way, my mechanic suggested I avoid because he said that eventually the rubber will start to delaminate in places and water will collect between the rubber and the body or metal parts and will actually exacerbate any rust problems. So, okay, this protection package also includes supposedly some sort of paint protection coating. I'm not aware of any paint protection coating that can last more than 6 months or a year. So I don't really know if that's a scam or not from Honda themselves. And also a fabric coating. Also, again, unless they have some magic up their sleeves, if you go to your hardware store and buy a can of $10 can of fabric protector, they say to reapply it every 6 months or so. So once again, what can a single application from the factory or at the dealer do? Well, the dealer said, hey, because we're a good dealer and we want our customers to have the best, we're going to offer this not at $2,000 but at $1,500. So then they started to tell me a bit more about the package. And yes, similar idea, contains the fabric and paint protectors. But no, not an undercoat. There's no undercoating involved. They, for your $1,500, you get a little gizmo that plugs into the OBD2 port, which is a little connector that's standard on all cars underneath the dash. And, I was shocked at first, like, what scam is this? Now, really, what you're buying from the dealer here is a lifetime and non-rust warranty. At least that's what they claim. If at any point, regardless of how long you own the car, if it rusts, they will pay for the repairs. Anyway, obviously, as an EE, my curiosity was piqued, and I can give you 110% guarantee that plugging something into the OBD port cannot have any effect on rust, no matter what. At most, it will blink an LED and make you feel good, like your $1,500 was spent well. Now, they did say that if I wanted just the rust part of the deal, it was only $800. So hey, maybe I should have gone with that for a lifetime rust warranty. And then I could have taken apart the OBD to see what fancy circuit they have in there to blink the LED. Now, I took a picture of it at the dealer and looked up the company when I got home. And sure enough, it's a company with a website. And the system... Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail here because I got another video posted that goes into more detail about this whole electronic anti-rust business. But the system on the manufacturer's website shows the OBD plug, but also a box that you mount under the hood and has a couple of wires that you have to attach to the chassis. It's all very scientific, according to them. Now, yes, I've seen other boxes like that advertised. There's one on Amazon, $150. I'm sure there's many around. They've been shown time and time again to be scams for the most part. They do something in that they pass a small current through the body. Maybe if you've hooked it up right in some places of the body. Anyway, I'm not going to get into details, but I've not found any evidence that those work either. But I can absolutely guarantee you that simply plugging something into the OBD connector will not work. Now, another issue here is that since this doesn't seem to be an official Honda thing, presumably that rust warranty is only going to be honored at that particular dealer. Go to some other dealer and they'll just look at you and laugh. I even wrote Honda inquiring, did they know that some of their dealers are pushing these scam treatments, car homeopathy, you could call it, and I have not received a reply. So there you go. I don't know if silence implies guilt or take that however you like. Yeah, if this whole business interests you, check out my other video.